Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode of the Ginja Bo podcast. As usual, it is your host, Bo, and your other host, Ginja.
Hello.
So, first of all, I would like to say we apologize if we haven't done many videos in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks now.
It's been a fucking while. Simply because scheduling and mainly scheduling. No,
Yeah.
literally scheduling.
We had an internet issue at one point. We were ready to go, and then internet.
Yeah, and my internet was really shit. Also, I was really tired that evening.
Yeah. The rest of it was
It was
me,
just
though,
really
because I've been working a lot.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And but yeah, no. Apart from that, it's yeah, like it was mainly scheduling. So yeah, this is a good example of the reasons why you guys might not get a podcast every week because we're just busy or very tired.
Yeah, or both.
So or both, yeah,
Usually
or both,
both.
absolutely, or not in the mood. It could be just we're not in the mood. I'm already just gonna say it.
Fair enough.
There are some evenings when I'm just like, fuck
Yeah.
you, I'm so tired. I just want to play a chill game.
I think especially if it's been a week where neither of us have really done much, it's like, well, what
Yeah,
are we going to talk
exactly.
about for an
Or
hour?
we don't have any guests.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's been 2
But-
weeks. It means we've had plenty of time to play lots of different games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, I want to get started this week with my games
Go for it.
because I've played a few. So I decided to buy in a spur of madness, Hades. You know.
Yeah, I've seen you playing that a lot. It keeps
Yeah.
your thing keeps saying that you're playing it.
And the one who I don't know if it won Game of the Year, but it got nominated for like nearly every category.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say it right out now. It's well deserved. In my opinion, it's a brilliant game. It's wonderful. It's a roguelike.
Mhm.
First of all, I'll give a brief description. It's a roguelike, and where you play as Hades' son. Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, and you're attempting to escape the underworld. You're tired of being a young lad in the underworld, and you just want to escape to have some fun, essentially. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Story wise, gameplay wise, the strongest thing is the gameplay.
Mhm.
It's a roguelike, but it's not frustrating like many roguelikes,
Mhm.
which is a thing I really appreciate. Because, for example, I played a bit of Binding of Isaac,
Mhm.
and I couldn't go on, just because I found it, first of all, really slow as a game,
Yeah.
and also it is because I'm shit at games, but also pretty hard in the sense that I don't know. I feel like you can die to the first room when you start the game if you don't know the monster part into the first or second room,
Mhm.
and you'll definitely die probably to the first boss.
Yeah.
Which, as I said, I found quite frustrating because I suck quite a bit at the game, and if I would be playing it now, I got a little bit better, and managed to beat the first like area boss. So like Mom's Foot, I
Yeah.
think it is. But I reached once Mom's Heart, but couldn't beat that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is bullet hell. It's just frustrating, and I was like, it's just a big grind for characters that are very hard to unlock, or maybe not that hard, but you still need to, they're not that rewarding in my opinion, the characters. I mean, I know there's a lot of secret ones that if you put in a lot of effort, you will unlock, and it is very rewarding.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have the patience for it. It's a game you really need to dedicate yourself, in my opinion. Hades, on the other hand, is very nice. The thing I like the most is that it rewards you constantly. Anything you do has a little bit of reward, so it makes every run important.
Okay.
So, for instance, the way of upgrading your abilities during each run is through boons that the Olympians give you.
Okay, yeah.
And the cool thing with this is that these boons, each time you collect a boon for the first time in each run, for each god, they'll have a small set of dialogue linked to maybe the area you're visiting, or like a person you've met in your previous run, or just a comment on yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's always very nice because you collect them and they'll make a comment and you'll be like, oh, that's so cool. And you're getting bits of the story revealed to you through your upgrades, which I think is very, very smart. And also, I find the enemy, like the first levels, they're pretty easy. And the skill curve is very gradual. So, for example, I started off, and in my first run, I didn't get to the boss of the first area. Mainly because I'm shit, but also because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know enemy patterns and all those things. And I died halfway through the first area, which is Tartarus. And yeah, halfway after you die, after I died, when I started again, I got a little bit further because I knew a little bit better the enemy patterns. And I forgot where I was going with this point, which is a classic. What the hell was I saying, Ginja?
You were saying about learning enemy patterns.
No, before that.
Oh, I don't know either.
Amazing, brilliant.
I was looking up the game. It does look very good. It's made by the same people who made Bastion. Because I saw the art style and the gameplay, and I was like, this reminds me of Bastion.
I don't know what Bastion is.
You know, it was a really big game ages ago. It was 2011. It's a very similar sort of premise of just sort of like roguelike sort of game, running around fighting monsters, which used to be a really good game I used to like playing a lot. But yeah, it's made by the same people.
Okay. Now I remember what I wanted to say. Yeah, the small rewards everyone. So yeah, basically, when you'll get these boons from the god, as I was saying, which will give you a little bit of like, they'll talk to you, and it's really cool to see all these interactions. What these gods say to each other, like to you, as the prince of the underworld. And once you die, you go back to the main hub world, which is Hades Palace. Well, the palace in Hades, owned by Hades.
Okay.
And there you have a few like NPCs with which you can talk, and they reveal you slowly each time you die little bits of the story, which that already is quite interesting. Plus, in your main hub world, you can upgrade, which is a thing I really like. That makes the roguelike aspect way less painful, in my opinion. I know painful is a very harsh word to use, but that's the thing I didn't really like with Binding of Isaac and many roguelikes in general. I'm just using Binding of Isaac because it's the one I played the most of roguelikes, of the roguelike genre. But the fact that you start from the beginning each run with nothing.
Yeah.
Like with no upgrades. With Binding of Isaac, you do kind of have upgrades because you have different characters, but they're not really upgrades because each character has a plus but also a minus. So it's a different play style, more like. Whilst instead, the thing I like about Hades is that you get to upgrade. And it makes, I believe, it makes the game flow much better It's like each time you die, you don't feel like you've not made any progress.
Yeah.
Because you'll bring back all these things which you can spend on upgrading yourself, upgrading Hades itself, the underworld itself, to give you more bonuses. You can upgrade. You can give gifts. This is really funny. You can give gifts to any of the characters,
Okay.
and that will give them affection. I don't know yet if you can romance the characters. If you can, that would be fucking hilarious.
Romance all of them.
What?
Romance all of them.
Yeah, go the persona way. Go the harem route. But yeah, and you can and the other cool thing, but yeah, no, you can upgrade and you get also that variation that I mentioned, that different style of gameplay from the different weapons, because when you keep playing, you keep unlocking new. Well, you start off, I believe, with 3 different weapons, maybe 2. I can't remember. No, maybe you need to. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, you need to unlock them. But yeah, the more you play, the more you unlock these weapons, which have different play styles. And so it's a different play style for every run. And the cool thing is that the boons the Olympians give you have different effects. So, for example, I don't know, Poseidon gives knockback to every attack, or Artemis gives a higher crit chance. Or, well, gives you the ability to do crits.
Mm-hmm.
Athena gives you deflect, so it deflects projectiles and attacks. And basically, the cool thing is that you get to build your... each run you get to build something different, because these boons are random, to the object. And they all fit pretty well, I've found, with each of the objects. But I find that that's cool. It makes each run unique, and it makes death not painful at all.
Okay.
Considering I'm the kind of gamer who sometimes I get frustrated when I die, I'll come out with that. Sometimes I get really mad when I die. I'll rage. I'll rage. I'll be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake," or like raise my voice, and I'll be like, "Oh, fucking hell," and swear a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest. But with this, it's never happened. Honestly, it's never happened. Considering the amount of times I've died, all the times I've died, I felt it was my fault.
Yeah.
And I understood why I died. I was like, oh yeah, fair enough, I died. And the only times it maybe was sometimes I died that maybe a boss had a slither of health or like a quarter of health, and I was like, and I was more disappointed rather than mad, because I was like, fuck, I could have dodged that.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing I like. It's very well done. Also for a roguelike, that every time you die, you know why you died.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's because you made a mistake. The mistakes, it's not they're you can make them, but it's not as easy as, for example, Cuphead, which is another. It's not really a roguelike, because that's just a boss run game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a similar. It's a similar vibe. It's easier than Cuphead, and it's very rewarding. I am not saying much with this. I'm going in circles. I realize what I'm saying, but yeah, that's what I think about the gameplay. Plus, there's a million more things, because there's stuff like the story. You wouldn't think a roguelike has good story. It does. It's brilliant. This format of revealing you the stories through each time you collect a boon from an Olympian, through each time you die and you go back to the main hub, and each of the characters in the main hub tells you something, gives you like a sentence or two of dialogue, which slowly reveals bits and bits of the story. Make it really interesting. You're not mad that you die. They did something which is a great accomplishment, in my opinion, where you're not mad when you die. Like, you want to die sometimes, literally.
No, it looks really good. I've got it downloading now.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I just bought it.
It's honestly, it's worth. I really was curious with all the glowing reviews it's got, and honestly, I've been hooked. It's a really rewarding game, really, really rewarding. I was expecting I would have to play it with a controller, because if not, it would have been shit. I've been playing on keyboard, and it plays perfectly with a keyboard and mouse. Actually, I'm really enjoying it with a keyboard and mouse.
Mm-hmm.
It is better if you can map a few abilities to your mouse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if not, some of the abilities are Q. Well, one of the abilities is Q, and another one is G, I believe, which forces you to move your fingers quite away from the WASD keys, the WASD keys, which can be, you don't want to do that, especially in the higher levels where you need to be moving constantly and dashing constantly.
Mm-hmm.
But it plays really well also on that, also on keyboard and mouse. But no, I must say it's a brilliant game. And it only costs 20 quid base price.
Oh,
Which is another.
I just got it for 15.
Well, yeah, I got it before the sale, but
Okay.
honestly, I was very happy to pay them 20 quid, to pay them full price. It's an indie developer. They've made a brilliant game, a brilliant game. I cannot stress it enough. I think it's a great, great game. And it only costs 20 quid. Like, I'm looking at the discounts. You get so many modern, probably shit games at 20 quid right now on the Steam sales when they're like 50% off. And this base price costs 20 quid, which is mad. Because probably this game will go, with all the awards it's got, it's not getting discounted too much.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining in a year or so, it'll probably be discounted to maybe the 10 quid. And 10 quid for this game probably would be like a definite buy. I'm enjoying it really, really much, I must say. All my compliments go to the developer, because they really, really made an impressive game. I'm hooked with the story. The story is so much fun. The art style, my god. The art style is beautiful. Of all the areas, it looks amazing. The enemies, all cool. The best thing, the portraits of all the characters. They're so detailed. They're so expressive. I believe the portraits are super expressive. They have a little bit of a modern take on the gods. Like, they're all dressed in period appropriate clothes, but they have this detail which is all a bit grander, which is something you'd expect from the gods. And like, for example, Aphrodite has pink hair, or Athena has blue hair. They all have these a bit more modern takes. And the voice acting is good. It's not the best, but it's good. Like, I've heard better voice acting, but it's not it shouldn't be shamed. It's still quality voice acting. And yeah, and another thing they got right is that they made the what do you call them, the gods modern in personality, which I think is a very, very smart thing to do.
Yeah.
They made them they're all like, for example, Dionysus is, for example, this chill hippie dude, and he's like, man, Zagreus,
Okay.
when are you gonna join us in Olympus? When you get out of there? And like, they don't use modern slang, but they all speak in very modern terms. Like they don't have this regal, godly attitude. For example, Poseidon is the cool uncle. Like, Artemis is this is like this the kind of the weird cousin. She's just there like, oh, just want to do my hunting. Come up, Zag. You like it's so colloquial in my opinion, colloquial in a good way. Like it very much feels like a family dilemma, like a really stupid family dilemma. Because literally that's the entire premise. You're a teenager, and you want to leave. Well, you're a teenager. You're a young adult, and you want to leave your father's house. You want to leave your parents' house.
Very relatable.
That's literally the plot, which is so smart in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like making them so mundane, the divinities. It's so much fun. I'm so enjoying it. But yeah, definitely would recommend. It's a brilliant game. Really brilliant. So yeah, that's my review. Buy the game. It's worth it, and you're supporting indie developers.
If you like this game, I think you'll really enjoy Bastion as well, because it's the same people.
I'll give it a look.
Very similar. It's only like $250 at the moment. So
I'll give it a look, and if it looks good, I might get it. But yeah, what did you play?
I bought the Batman Arkham collection.
Okay.
So the one, it's got Arkham Asylum, City, and Night.
And Night, yeah.
They just decided to completely forget that Arkham Origin exists.
Well, my opinion is that they can't do a bundle because it's from... Well, no, but it's only developed from another studio now that I think about it.
Oh, is it?
They are open. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's shit. Because it's not made by Rocksteady.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's made by... I can't remember who makes it, but I know it's another studio. That's why it was shit.
Oh, I thought they
it wasn't shit, but like it was worse than the other one.
Yeah, I thought they just didn't make an amazing game, but okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I bought the Arkham collection, and I've been playing through a mix of all of them.
Yeah,
I've decided, as difficult and long as it's going to take me, I've decided to try and platinum all of them. To get all of the achievements. Which...
Yeah, but that means the fucking Riddler trophies.
I mean, Riddler trophies. I mean, I would usually do that in a playthrough.
Of the game.
But I usually do that in a playthrough anyway, because I usually like 100% the games when I play them. But then afterwards, you then got all of the challenges to do, like the beat 'em up challenges or the Predator challenges, and it's like they're fun to do. There's just so many of them.
Like
there's like 30 or so ones or more for each character. And so you got to do them all as Batman, then as Catwoman, then as Robin, then as Nightwing.
Especially in Arkham Knight.
Oh, Arkham Knight's even worse, yeah.
Yeah, if you have all the DLC packs.
Yeah.
Like, you get Harley Quinn, Red Hood, Nightwing, Robin, Batman, Catwoman, Batgirl.
Mm-hmm.
You literally get everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
You also get Azrael.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and at least do City. City's not gonna be too bad. I spent like 20 minutes. I don't know how much you played it, but there's the Calendar Man achievement, which God was annoying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I finished City.
Yeah,
I finished all of them.
I got the achievement. It wasn't too bad because you could just keep changing the time, and then
you just need to change. Yeah, but that's the thing. You're like,
it's at least you don't have on PlayStation. You don't have to like reset the console. You just have to. You can just change it, go outside, come back in, and do it.
Okay.
So it didn't take me too long, and I got it, which is the first time I ever got it. And only like 2% of players or something ridiculous have ever gotten it. That's one thing I love about PlayStation. You can see what percentage of people have got certain achievements.
You can see it also on Xbox.
Oh, can you? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can. But no, it's I like that too. It's nice. It's nice when you get one of those. You can see it also on Steam. And I got some cool achievements for Hearts of Iron 4, and I was really proud of that. Like, it's nice. I don't know. I like achievement hunting, but sometimes, depending, for example, on Hearts of Iron, I try to do some achievement hunting, but it spoils a bit of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the achievements are, for example, play as this country and do this, which is the main new mechanic added by this DLC. And I'm like, okay, but that also means playing on a specific difficulty in Iron Man mode, which means no saves coming. And it's just, I don't know, it makes me not want to play that country outside if I'm not trying to get the achievement, because then it would mean if I want to get the achievement, I'd have to replay it, and I probably wouldn't replay a country unless it's really good. Like, I really enjoy it. I probably wouldn't replay it again to do the same path. And I'm shit at Hearts of Iron. I'm not super, super shit, but I'm pretty shit.
Yes, some achievements in some games, I look at them and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. This isn't going to be fun. Like the Arkham ones, they're not difficult, they're just time consuming particularly, so I don't mind them too much, so I'll work my way through them, or at least Arkham City.
But that's the thing though with the Riddler trophies, they're just time consuming and frustrating. I'm like, well,
to be honest,
it's cool, it's little puzzles, but there's too many.
With
I'd rather
the
have
Riddler ones,
big long ones.
With the Riddler ones, I have like Netflix set up as well, so I'm watching Netflix while I just sort of idly look for trophies.
Yeah, but I'd much rather just play again. If I'm gonna do that, I'd rather play Skyrim.
Fair enough. No, I got my first platinum on a game the other day, so I thought, you know what?
Which game?
Jak and Daxter.
Oh, okay.
It's one of my old favourite games when I was younger. I got it on PlayStation. That was a really easy one to do because it's pretty much it's more or less play through the whole game. It's play through the whole game and collect everything, but it's a PS2 game, so there's not that much to collect. So I collected everything as I went along. So it only took me like a couple of hours. I did that on stream, and I got the platinum, which apparently is the first platinum I've ever got. Because I was surprised me because I play a lot of games. On PlayStation, at least, I've never platinumed a game before, apparently. Maybe on Xbox, but not on this one. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and platinum a couple of these games, especially games that I've played a million times. I'm like, well, if I played them this many times, why haven't I gone for the platinum before? But yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's another game that's really easy to plat is Persona 5 Royal.
Is it?
Yeah, just because they didn't put many achievements, they're all really easy to get. I'm only missing like 1 or 2.
I was actually tempted to start playing Persona 5 again because I haven't finished. I sort of got partway through streaming it. I thought I've got a lot of other games I'm streaming at the moment, so I might just play that on my own.
Yeah, like do it just because it's a really good game. It is different. It is. If you've played it already, you know how the story goes. Well, except for the new stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really want to see the new stuff.
The new stuff is pretty cool, I must say.
It should be good because it's been almost getting on for nearly a year since I actually completed the first run of it. Because it was the first game I finished at the beginning of lockdown, so it's sad to think that's nearly a whole year.
Yeah.
But Persona, it's from what I remember, you've got it. I think the hardest one to do is like collect all the personas, which isn't that difficult.
That's not an achievement.
Oh, is that not an achievement in Royal?
No, it's way simpler than that. It's literally the achievement. So, okay, it's different. It's different because the thing is, it's really hard. It's really easy to complete on with the PlayStation trophies. Then you have the in-game achievements, which are kept in the Thieves' Hideout, Thieves' Guild.
Yeah.
Thieves' Hideout thing. Thieves' Den, I can't remember
what's
it called. But there's like a fuck ton of those. There's so many. There's so many. And those are hard. Those are pretty hard. Like there's get so-and-so personas that I can't remember, but you have to beat most of the Caroline and Justine challenges.
Mm-hmm.
The fighting challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to beat most of those. You need to do a lot of these like harder things. You need to beat the game on Insane. I think I'm not sure, but it's harder. The base PlayStation ones are very easy because it's all stuff you can naturally get throughout the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at the achievement list up, and I'm looking. It's like actually, this is all stuff that I probably would have just done anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're trying to experience everything, you'd have done all of this.
Yeah, literally. There's Faint in the Sauna. That's a really funny one. There's go on romance someone.
Then there's attend the jazz club, visit a temple.
Yeah.
Real simple.
Attend the jazz club, which you do anyway with Akechi.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all stuff you do like pretty much naturally during the game. And so yeah, I'm missing one or two achievements on that. It's there's max out every social stat, which with New Game Plus you do it super easily.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah, I might have to carry on with Persona then, try and get that.
It's worth it. It's a fun game.
I think the original, regular Persona 5, some of the achievements on there, I'm pretty sure were like complete the Persona Compendium, which is get
the compendium,
one of every Persona,
which is not even that hard to be fair.
It's not that difficult.
On New Game Plus, it's pretty easy, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like even without a guide, it's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe you reach a point where you can just keep fusing stuff, and eventually you'll get it. And with a guide, it becomes ridiculously easy because you just get so much money. You just buy the personas, and fuse till you have them. Yeah, till you have the proper, like you have them all. Yeah, but that's cool that you're trying to 100% games. Yeah. I'd never do that. That's suicide.
No, I just thought. I think because I've just been playing so many games recently because that's pretty much all you can really do right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, these are some games that I love and I've played a lot before. Let's replay them and actually do everything on them for once. Like there are some games I want to do, but like will be next to impossible. No, I don't know if I've got the patience to go that far. Like. Tempted to do Final Fantasy, get the platinum of Final Fantasy X, but that's ridiculously difficult to do. And even though it's my favorite,
why?
Because you have to like max out your level.
No, why would you do that?
Oh, okay, that's because it's my favorite game of all time. But at the same time, I'm not sure if
I've never platinumed Skyrim or like got all the achievements on Skyrim, and it's my favorite game of all time.
One that'd be fun to do, which wouldn't take too long as well if I can get good at it, is some Resident Evil games. Because they're relatively, like, you have to get really damn... They're short games, but you have to get really damn good at them in order to platinum them.
Yeah.
But at least then it's only like a couple of hours per run to get to do it.
Yeah.
Which isn't too bad.
But yeah, it's... Yeah, no, I get it, and but yeah. Apart from that, I've been. Let me think. What else have I been playing? League of Legends.
Oh, League of Legends. Yes, I did download League of Legends and just never played it.
It has a very steep learning curve, and a very steep learning curve, and a very steep. Like learning thing in general, like entry curve. That's a word. It has a very steep entry curve, which and the community isn't the best. And it's a game where each game takes up like 30 minutes, so it's fun in my opinion if you play with friends. Luckily, a lot of my friends play it daily, so nearly every day. If I want to play it, I'll have someone who I can play it with. If I wouldn't have that, I've tried playing it a few times solo. It gets pretty boring. After you play one game, you think, do I really want to commit another 40 minutes of my life? But that's the same with me for multiplayers, in my opinion. Like, even Overwatch, which I played way, way more than League of Legends. And I like way, way more than League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a really way easier learning curve and entry curve. It's a very easy game to understand, Overwatch. That, even if I play it, I don't normally play it on my own. Just because I don't know, I don't enjoy it. It's a team game I like to play with my friends.
I'm tempted to try and get into it, but I know a fair few people who do play it, but I don't know if it's my sort of thing. I just want to play as Timo because he's adorable.
Ugh.
That's it. I know I'm that
Annoying.
person. I like Timo. Leave me alone.
No, every League of Legends champion is annoying. So
okay, fair enough. I just always thought Timo was cool, and I've got a little Timo hat, which it's not mine, it's my brother's, but I've kept it. He left it here, so it's mine now.
It's I don't know. I feel like it's a very hard game to learn, because some champions, unless you're good at the game, you can't play them just because they're too hard. Like, you'll just suck at them because they're hard to use. Other champions are easy to use, but you just need, that's the thing, you need to learn the game. You need to learn every champion. There's over 150 champions. It's a huge grind. Like, the thing with League of Legends is either you play League of Legends and nothing else, and basically nothing else, only a few other games, or you don't play it.
Okay.
Because it's that hard. That's my opinion with it.
Okay.
You can play it sporadically, but you'll find yourself at a huge disadvantage. That's the thing. So, yeah.
Okay. I might stick with Dead by Daylight then for my online gaming.
That's another thing. I was discussing with John, the editor, our opinions on DBD. And yeah, we were like, I don't know, it wasn't a game that interested us much, because like, you need to escape from the killer, which is like, or you're the killer. But I don't know, we didn't really get why it was.
I don't know.
I get why it's fun.
I mean, I really enjoy the game, and also I probably mostly got into it because I have friends who play it, and I play with people who stream and stuff. But I do still play a few games myself on my own if I'm in the mood for it, and I do really enjoy it. Just trying to rank up, get to rank 1, but then obviously it resets every 13th, which is a bit annoying. I quite like horror films, so I like the aesthetic for the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fair enough if you like horror films. Being
chased by Freddy Krueger is both terrifying and quite entertaining. Not Michael Myers. Michael Myers is terrifying. I don't know if you ever went against him, because their power is basically...
I've never played the game.
Oh, well, Michael Myers, so Halloween, if he stares at you for long enough, he can like down you in one hit, I believe. So you'll just sort of be like, just sort of looking around, like you'll be working on a generator to try and escape. You'll look around and just see him just staring at you. And it's oh my god, it's not fun.
Yeah, because I know Freddy Krueger just swears a lot.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger's not a particularly scary horror villain.
But Freddy Krueger never was particularly scary in the... It was scary at the time because it was a different kind of movie, but if you look at them now,
the
I feel like they're just more funny than the Nightmare on Elm Street.
At the time was terrifying for people, but I've rewatched the film, the original one, with some friends not that long ago, and it's just so funny to us now. Because he's just there. He just makes sassy comments the entire time.
Literally, yeah.
And then obviously you got the 80s effects, which compared to
Yeah.
today is just quite funny. You get to
There's
see
something, yeah.
you
there
see
definitely is.
young Johnny Depp in a crop top get completely obliterated. It's it was just a fun film to watch. I think I watched the newer one, which was a bit scarier, but not much scarier.
Yeah.
And then you got the second Nightmare on Elm Street, which is great because it's he does his usual thing of like low-key flirting with the hero, but obviously most horror films the hero's female and he's flirting with her. This time it's a guy, so it's a lot of homoerotic undertones and it's quite entertaining. But I really want to rewatch Nightmare on Elm Street again because that is my favorite horror film. Not even sure I class it as a horror film these days, but
it'd probably be more like they call them thriller these days.
I find that with watching a lot with a fair amount of old horror films. Some of them get you still. I know. I think I watched Friday the 13th. That actually scared me a fair bit. Though, I know that Friday the 13th. It was pretty good, pretty scary. Not the best horror film in my opinion.
I've never seen it.
I think my issue with it is that they just kill people off too quickly. So you meet like a new character for like 5 minutes, you start to get interested in them, and then they immediately kill them off. So by the end of it, when it's like the big dramatic, like very long chases and stuff towards the end of like, are they going to survive or are they going to die? You're like, well, we've known this character for like 10 minutes of screen time. We have no real like, we don't care really at this point if they live or if they die. We don't know enough about them to actually form an opinion. You've killed off all the interesting characters.
Yeah.
I need to do a horror film watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of horror films. I find them like quite boring, honestly. Either boring or like they'll be scary and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get scared. Amazing.
My favorite
I
thing...
don't find them entertaining. I understand why people like them. I don't like them myself.
I really like to watch really scary horror films with people who get scared at them. Because if I watch a really scary horror film on my own, I'll be terrified. If I watch that same film with someone else, I won't be terrified because I'll just be laughing at the person who is getting terrified the whole time. Which is always just my favourite part. Which is probably really bad and sadistic, but I find it entertaining.
No.
It's like, I don't know if you've ever been, like, towards Halloween, they usually have those, like, interactive, like, horror experience things. I don't know what they're actually called. Well, where I am, we had this, it was called, like, Primeval. So it was, like, it was at, like, a local sort of, like, adventure park thing, but they would, like, redecorate places to like, you get to sort of, like, walk through, like, a horror film sort of thing.
Oh, it's like a haunted house.
Yeah. Kind of like...
yeah.
You know...
Kind of like the dungeons.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It's kind of like that, but like a horror film, sort of.
Yeah.
It's more setting. And like, I used to love doing those with my friends because I went with a bunch of friends and they just get terrified the whole time. And I would just be there making sarky comments at the actors and trying to make them laugh. They probably hated me so much.
Yeah, like I can imagine these poor. I once went to the dungeons with a mutual friend of ours, and it was with a group actually. It was me, my girlfriend, and a couple of friends of ours.
Wasn't I there for this?
No.
Did you go a second time? Because I went with you and your girlfriend.
No, you weren't there.
Yes, it was.
To the dungeon.
Yeah.
I've gone once.
I was there with you. Because I remember, because you got pulled up for one of the events and you really didn't like it. And they made fun of you.
The one where they bashed my head in.
Yeah, I was there for that.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
I genuinely was. I'm pretty sure we've got a picture of us all together before we went. Yeah, if you've only been once, I definitely went with you because I've only been once. And I remember,
Probably, yeah.
yeah, it was definitely with you.
I got pulled. The one with the doctor.
Yeah.
Huh.
And didn't your girlfriend get pulled up for the witch one? Or was that our other friend?
My girlfriend didn't get pulled up for anyone.
Ah.
It was. I know a friend of ours got pulled up quite twice, I think, and he's really bad because he's the one who always like heckles at shows or like at pantomimes or like
Yeah.
And he made and there was like this person being like, "Oh, now you're gonna die" or something like that. And he was like, "Well, too bad. That's what I want," or like something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I can imagine just already these act like it must be cool to do that because they are the acting is really well done and they're quite well done for the acting. But yeah, I don't know. It must be quite kind of annoying when you get the people who like talk back.
I think I'll talk back, but still sort of keeping in character and like not like fourth wall breaking talking back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like to think to do it. It was always just a good. I did try to make them laugh. I never managed to make them laugh. Unfortunately, they always managed. I think they were like prepared for someone like me, which is fair enough. It was always like one of my friends who just say the most unexpected things, and that would just get them. I think the best one, it was like we would literally, it was like a scary hotel sort of themed bit, and we were just sort of leaving, and I was with this one of my friends, and she was just really like small, sort of innocent looking girl, and we sort of got chased out at the end, and the guy was just like, "Get out of my hotel," and she just turned around, looked him in the eyes, just like, "It's my hotel," and he just didn't know how to react. I'm not surprised. Like, I don't think he'd ever heard that response from anyone when he said that.
Oh boy.
Oh, so one last
but
one.
Yeah.
So it was like a scary maze. We were getting chased by a guy with a chainsaw. We were with this other group of people, and one of them fell over while being chased, and really badly like hurt her leg. And so we all sort of got out, and there was like a few of them left behind. We're like, "Oh shit, did he like actually kill them?" Because we could hear us like screaming in pain, but then the rest of them didn't follow, even though they were right behind us. So by the time I got back, we just like he had to like put his chainsaw down. It's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" Like, I'm first aid trained and stuff, and he had to completely break character because she'd like properly hurt her leg.
Oh no. Yeah, I imagine they'd probably get pretty scared because you can get sued for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they probably had to deal with a lot. I think I've heard like stories. I don't know if they're genuine stories, but like people who've like got scared and reacted by literally just punching the actors.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. But unfortunately, that is people's like initial reaction is just like something is coming at you, punch. Which isn't great, given that you should know it's all fake, but still.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
I'll just see if I can find a similar sort of one like this. Get you to go. See if you actually remember going with me this time. Not gonna let you forget this now, just so you know.
I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, they're interesting experiences. I agree. They're they're fun. I enjoyed the dungeon stuff. You know, the ones you have in the UK.
Yeah.
Well, I've only went to one the time we went together, as we said.
Yeah, that was a good one. I want to go back to that one.
I mean, I've already seen it, so I wouldn't want to go back.
It's been a while since I've been, but also they add in like new exhibits sort of every so often.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they like to mix it up a fair amount. Like if you say like go once a year, you'll probably find like one or two different exhibits or something than there were the time before. If you leave it a long time, by the time you go back, it'd be pretty different. Like, most of it will have changed. So yeah, so like when we went, I believe the like witch hunt one, that was completely brand new.
That was new. That was the most impressive one. That was the scary one.
Yeah, that was quite scary.
That was really cool. Where they had it was so cool that they had like that you were sat down and then the lights flash up and she's moving so quickly around the room where it actually looks like she's teleporting. Yeah. That was really, really impressive.
And then I felt
like she's in the cage, lights down, she's out in front of you, then she's behind you. Fucking hell, that was impressive.
That was a good one.
And I really like there was also the one with the man that there was just like a guy in like in a tavern that narrated, and I loved how he scraped the what do you call it, the flask on like the tray and it made like this really crude metallic sound that went perfectly with his narration. I thought that was really well done. It was cool. Yeah, I thought it was
good. I don't remember all of it though. Some of them weren't as good. The Highwayman one I thought was really dull.
That was really shit. And you're literally just sat in a carriage and there's sound outside. It was like great.
And then it just suddenly ended, and then it was the end of the tour.
Yeah, and that was the end of the tour. And I was like, oh, brilliant, amazing.
I thought a little bit more was going to happen, but cool.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if they'd have ended on a slightly more exciting one.
Yeah.
Before showing us into the gift shop.
Yeah.
Might have been more inclined to buy something if they'd finished on a better one.
And now buy your shit.
Yeah, I don't think I bought anything. I tried to avoid gift shops like that.
Yeah, I'm terrible for those things. I bought a keychain for a bat keychain, I think, for my girlfriend. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I got her this little plushy bat keychain.
That's quite sweet.
What?
That's quite sweet, I said. You have to see if she's still got it.
Yeah. No, I joke around, of course. It's ironic because I'm not a very sweet. Well, I'm not saying I'm a mean person. I'm just not. It sounds really bad when I say I'm not a sweet person, but I'm not that. It's true though. I'm not that kind of like sweetie, cutesy person. Which, you know what I mean.
I know what you're trying to say, but it's not making you sound good.
I know. I'm a good person. I'm not a bad person.
Are you a good boyfriend? Is the question.
Of course.
What you did?
Well, we've been dating for a long while now.
What are your Valentine's Day plans?
I don't know. We don't have it. Honestly, we don't have any plans.
Fair enough.
Like we were saying, well, what are we gonna do for our anniversary? Or like our 2nd year anniversary. I was like, I don't know. We can watch something on Netflix if you want. And he was like, yeah, sure. And
doesn't help.
No, actually, we said, we can dress up and maybe watch something together.
I was gonna say it's not much.
And then it came to the day of our anniversary, and we both forgot.
Oh, I was gonna say
we texted each other. We're like, we were gonna do it today. Oh well.
You're in different countries currently, aren't you? And there's a lockdown going on, so not that much to do. Actually,
we were.
Is she in the show that's coming up?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say if she was in that, then she'd be busy on Valentine's Day because that's the after party.
I don't think they're going to do much party.
They do like a Zoom party thing.
Yeah, but come on, Zoom party.
I know.
I mean, to be fair, out of all of when you compare a Zoom show to a Zoom party, I'd much rather do the Zoom party, honestly.
Fair enough.
Not to diss anything, but I've seen some Zoom shows and they're pretty fucking shit.
Be careful what you're saying. This is all being recorded.
I'm just saying shows in general.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of shows, just even from professional companies. Air shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like I'm seeing stuff, shows on Zoom. Make a movie. If you really want to make a show on Zoom, just make a movie.
I've only seen like
Do
two,
it well.
and one of them was the one
What?
you were. I've only seen like 2 Zoom shows, and one of them was the one you were in. Well, it wasn't really a Zoom. You recorded it.
That already wasn't a Zoom show. It was recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically a film, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just with the limitations, I think it would have been just better to make it into a movie.
Yeah.
And like get proper angles and all that. Let's not go into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's making a show on Zoom, in my opinion, is something really, really hard to pull off, borderline impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the distance, and we don't have the kind of technology.
Yeah.
To do it, so leave it to the professionals. Is my thing.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, I honestly don't get. Well, no, I get why they don't open up theaters. But for example, in Italy, they've currently reopened restaurants, which is way worse than theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least in a theater, you can get people socially distanced properly.
Yeah.
And like a theater or a cinema, even more, is a big open space. Like cinemas and theaters are probably most of them are probably way better ventilated than a restaurant.
Yeah,
for sure. There's way better ventilation in a cinema.
And also in a restaurant, you've got people walking around. You've got the waiters walking around.
You got people walking around. You got people taking off their masks.
Yeah,
because they have to eat.
Yeah.
Whilst in a cinema, yeah, people might take off their mask in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But
to eat a little bit of popcorn, but for the most part, a lot of people would just keep their masks on the entire time.
Yeah, if you don't have, I know there's of course will be a lot of irresponsible people and just take off their masks because it's uncomfortable, but still you're still more socially distanced than a restaurant, in my opinion. Because even at peak times, you don't get I've gone to see some movies where it was full, like Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. Those were full.
Yeah,
but no movies of those caliber are coming out in cinemas now. No movies are coming out in cinemas now. Full stop. But
yeah, true.
Even big important movies, I don't like. There's nothing that's really of that level coming out. Yeah, there's a few new Marvel movies coming out, but
we've had a big Marvel movie.
Exactly.
Like
you're
people
not gonna
are excited for the new ones, I would imagine, but no, as sad as it is, you're not gonna pack out all the cinemas for Black Widow.
Oh no.
But
exactly.
You wouldn't any of the any film that came before Infinity War and Endgame, you also wouldn't have packed out a theatre for them either.
Oh no, absolutely, exactly, and yeah, I don't know. I just think it's very foolish of the Italian government to open restaurants but not cinemas.
Yeah,
and I'd much rather them open cinemas than restaurants.
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna go to restaurants anyway. Because it's a big risk.
Yeah.
And it's I just think I don't know. It's not. I just think it's a bigger risk. It's not very responsible. If you're gonna do that, pick the better option. They closed down museums, for Christ's sake. Museums.
I would have thought that would have been as long as you can keep a good one-way system going. Museums would be fine.
Yeah, for that, but also. Have you ever seen a packed museum?
Closest I got was in Paris at the Louvre, round the Mona Lisa.
Yeah,
that's the Mona Lisa.
The bloody Louvre.
Yeah. Other than that,
yeah, exactly. And that's the Louvre. I've been to the Louvre too, and it's packed around the Mona Lisa. That's it.
Actually, the rest
usually,
is dead.
Normally, there's always social distancing.
We went on real peak time on our school trip, and even then, other than that one little area, there was practically dead.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of museums. For example, in Milan, not that I'm gonna go to the museums in Milan because I've already seen them a million times.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. I just feel like they should keep them open. It's really museums of all places. You're not gonna get a gathering in a museum, like especially with the lack of tourism. You're not gonna get a gathering. Like, you can either, like, if they're the government can choose anyway to keep them closed if there is a lack of customers because there's not a lot of tourism. But that's a different thing. Like, and the private museums, for instance, that's up to them if they want to close or open. But I think they should still give them the option.
Yeah.
Because you are still going to get people going.
I mean, during a lockdown, you get a few people going to have something to do.
Yeah, exactly. Out of boredom. I probably would have probably not. I've already seen them.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, even if you'd seen them, it would have just been a fun, you know what, we've got nothing else to do, we want to leave the house.
That is true, yeah. To be fair, if they were open, I probably would have organized with my friends and be like, look, I know it's not the best thing, but fuck it, let's go. We have nothing better. Because literally the other option I have with my friends is I'm going to go to the park and have a walk around the park.
Yeah.
The parks in Milan are nice. They're really nice.
Even
but
so, there's only so many times you can walk around a park.
Exactly. Like, we'll have a walk around the city centre. And that's it. Literally, that's it. I don't know. I need to check now that I think about it, if all museums are actually closed. Because I remember passing in front of one. There was one next to my house in Milan, and that was open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that was. I saw a school queuing outside of it. Maybe it was just because it's a kind of important. It's not an important square in Milan, but there's some interesting stuff in the square. But it probably was to go to the museum, so maybe they are open, and I'm just talking shit.
Potentially,
it just could be that. Potentially, yeah. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we should have reopened restaurants.
No.
But also, I don't know. The situation in the UK is so shit.
Oh yeah,
I have no idea when I'm.
Currently, nothing's really open.
Well, it's so shit in the sense that at this point the cases have gone down because the lockdown has had a big impact.
Mm.
We have to see when they're gonna do the gradual reopening.
Yeah.
It would be nice for them to start reopening. But I know they haven't announced anything.
Next week is going to be the announcement of what the plan is going forward. For now, it's just we've got another week of we are definitely all locked down. There's nothing else changing. But I believe it's next week is the announcement of like probably going back into a tiered system or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We shall see.
Which makes sense. Like currently in Italy, we're in a tier system, and that worked pretty well throughout all the vacation period and now is working pretty well, I believe.
We had a tier system for a bit, and then it just kept needing to add more tiers on top. Because for a while, I believe it was
the situation is way worse than the UK.
You know, it kept being
with all the variants.
Now it was like, okay, so tier 3 is the worst one. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah,
now
there's a tier 4. Now you're in tier 5. Yeah. It just kept sort of going up. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I know.
I remember. I definitely remember. It was I must say though in the UK that with all the variants is a harsher picture. It is a harsher picture. Like it's a different situation.
Yeah. At least the vaccine's going out now.
The vaccines are rolling out more in the UK. It's slower in the EU because, well, I'm not going to get into the whole debate, but
fair enough.
That's another big thing. And like we're the last to get vaccinated. We're literally the last. Well, apart from people who are younger than us. But people who are younger than us, if you're younger apparently than 15 years old, the virus doesn't do much to you.
Yeah.
So which is a good thing. I think it's a really good thing that young children, like young adolescents and children, are way less affected, because those are the one you'd struggle the most to keep out of school and keep in digital learning.
Yeah.
Because, like, a primary school child, how are you going to have them learn digitally?
I mean, like, my niece and nephews are doing that, and they're quite young, but it's not easy, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh, are the schools closed right now in the UK?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know. To be honest, I know it's probably bad. I've just not been following anything that's happening.
Oh no, it's understandable.
Because of what I do for work, it doesn't affect me in any way. Like, there'll never be a tier bad enough that it's like you can't go to work because I work in a shop, like a supermarket.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, they're always going to have to stay open.
Yeah.
The work, like, the only, like, sometimes we'll get a few new, like, protocols at work, like, we have to do this now, or we have to do that. Just little things. The most is we've got to wear, like, high-vis jackets that say social distancing on them or something now. That's the only thing.
Have they finally banned the fucking visors, or are people still allowed to wear the face shield?
I don't know if they've, like, banned them. I think it's very much strongly encouraged that you wear masks. I very rarely see the visors anymore. Okay. We're not allowed to. I believe we're not allowed to wear them at work anymore. We used to have a bunch at work. We were allowed to. We'll have one from work, but now we just have masks.
No, I'm so glad they've dialed them down, because, my God, in my opinion, the face shield is useless.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's what.
Ooh, what's it gonna do? Stop? Let me just put a transparent piece of plastic in like 5 centimeters from my head.
Yeah,
and it's not like air particles can pass from the sides. No, that's never gonna happen. Like,
I think that's why.
What the hell?
They've mostly been phased out now.
I'm glad, because I was so shocked when I came back in August from because I was over summer in Italy for my break. When I came back and saw, from my break for the whole of lockdown, because I spent all of the first lockdown in Italy from March. I stayed March till half August when I went back to the UK. And I was so surprised that a lot of people were using the face shield as a feasible way of protection.
Yeah.
And I was just there like, are you dumb? Are you stupid? Do you not get how the mask works?
I just go with
like.
I never wanted one. I didn't know much about them. I nearly got a face shield at one point because of the glasses was my only thing. But now
because it steams up your glasses.
That's one of the worst. If you wear glasses while masks,
I can imagine.
Not. Usually you're alright. I mean, my worst is because if I'm at work, if I have to like go in like the walk-in chiller or something, I come out, go onto the shop floor, and I cannot see it. Or even if I'm just working, like putting things in one of the fridges. I have to take them off, which I'm lucky that I can see pretty fine without them anyway. I should wear them because I get really bad headaches if I don't wear them for long enough. But for the most part, for like a few minutes while at work, I can take them off to do whatever I'm doing and then warm up again.
Yeah. Like, I get that some face shields are used by people with, I don't know, disability. I don't know.
And people with asthma as well, I believe.
Yeah, and I know the mask isn't great for people with asthma, but I do believe that if you have asthma, you should be limiting the amount of times you're going out anyway, because that makes you vulnerable anyway. So, I mean, do you really want to go out with asthma only wearing a face shield? I get it if you're doing like an essential job, but I don't know. Would they give you like support system or like a? Would you give you like time off or like what do you call
if you're considered
if
you're vulnerable enough? I don't know how they exactly quantify who's vulnerable and who isn't. Usually you'll get put on furlough, so you'll still get furlough, you'll still get paid. Well, paid to a certain like you get like
Yeah,
80% of your contract or something. Well, that's what it was or something. Yeah, it depends on what your position is really, or like how vulnerable you are. It's the whole who's vulnerable and who isn't considered vulnerable.
Oh yeah,
It's a
absolutely,
bit all over
absolutely.
the place.
Yeah, I just find it. The thing is, since they were allowed, a lot of people who just didn't want to wear a mask wore them, and I'm just there.
The amount of people
that's not helping.
The amount of people
That's just
who
being a
just
dick.
decide they don't want to wear a mask is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
You see them cut like I had like you see people come in and it's like you can if you see like one person come in a group or something, they're like fair enough, one person, we don't know, for all we know they could not have to wear them, we're not going to say anything. But like I had like a group of about 5 people sort of come in, none of them wearing it, and it was like, well, are you all considered vulnerable? If so, why are you all out?
I thought so. The thing was when I took the trains in the UK, I remember they had people. They had an announcement saying the one they usually have on. They played it on the tube too, and they said stuff like. Please remember that some people have invisible conditions that may make them exempt from wearing a mask. If you see someone without a mask, please do not approach them, but inform a member of staff who will get into contact with them. And as far as I'm aware, at least on the trains or in some locations, members of staff can ask you, why are you not wearing a mask?
We've been told not to question people.
Really?
Yeah. Just because
that's stupid.
I don't know what the law around it is, but like
no,
it is also a matter of like, well, it's bad. It's not worth any potential hassle though. Like you don't know how a customer's going to react. Like
that is true.
You could offend someone.
But
someone could just get aggressive unnecessarily. So we're just told. I understand just told that. Get them out of the shop as quickly as possible is probably the best bet.
Yeah. I understand that, and I know people can be extremely unreasonable on some things. They can be big Karens.
Yes.
on with these things, but
I think the worst.
I don't know. I just feel like
the worst thing though.
It's a very exceptional
situation. People who come in without masks isn't great.
What?
People who come in without masks is not good. I'm not unless you can't wear them. You should, but. The worst thing is then it's other people who'll then have a go at me for not stopping them or like complaining about them to me, and I'm a bit there just like, well, it's what do you want me to do about it? Like, I'm just I
get your position, but I also get these people.
Yeah,
I so get these.
But it's people. Also like
when I'm on. Well, sorry.
No, I was just saying like I get their position, but at the same time, it's like don't have a go at me. It's not.
I know, but the thing is, I wouldn't have a go at you, but I'd ask, oh, well, sorry, there's a person without a mask. Can you please ask them to put it on? And like, I just find it, because I find it really frustrating. If you're not wearing, unless you have a legitimate condition, which my opinion is, if you have a legitimate condition not to wear a mask, stay at home.
Or get one of those little lanyards that say...
What?
Or you can get those lanyards that say, I am exempt.
I mean, yeah. Which, going around with a lanyard is not the best. I wouldn't do it if I had that, just because it's... I don't know. I feel like it looks a bit...
I just think it...
But no, I understand there are some conditions where you can't wear a mask and you don't have the opportunity... Like the possibility, sorry, not the opportunity, the possibility or the option to stay at home. There are some conditions or some situations which are like that. So I understand it. I perfectly understand it. Don't get me wrong. But still, I feel like if you should be allowed, especially if you work, maybe not as a client, but especially if you work somewhere, to be like, please, can you wear a mask? Or even better, wear a mask. Like... Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that's the... It's It's a shitty situation already.
Yeah.
It's been going on for long enough.
We're
If you
approaching
don't-
the 1 year mark.
Yeah.
In like a month
Yeah.
or so.
Like, if you can wear a mask, if you don't have a good reason, wear a fucking mask. I'm so sick of staying at home. And I'm sorry, if you don't wear a mask, it's your fault. If you should be wearing a mask and you're not wearing a mask, like if you don't have a legitimate reason, you're part of the problem. I'm gonna say it outright, I don't care. Like, if you have a legitimate reasons, by all means, you're allowed. There you go. But don't give me any of that fucking shit that is there. No, I don't want to wear a mask because it hurts my ears. Well, that fucking shit. I kept it on for 8 hours when I had to travel back to my own home country. You can keep it on for 30 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
There we go. Rant over.
Okay.
Right.
Shall we call it there on these the stance of wear a mask? And these are don't wear a mask, which is not what we're trying to get across.
What?
I was saying, should we end on the stance of wear a mask? But I very nearly said on the stance of don't wear a mask. Because
don't wear a mask. Yeah, lol. Ironic. It's probably one of the longest ones we've done.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, it's been a while since
I had more stuff to say about the fucking masks, honestly. But I do get it that the listeners might not want to hear me rant for like another 20 minutes just like how I believe.
I feel like our listeners who made it this far into the podcast listening to us would probably be okay listening to more, but we need to stop.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, it's also a lot of work on the editor. So
we'll save the rest for another time.
I'll save it for next week. It's an argument that works every week anyway, so it's not very time specific. So yeah, right. Okay. As usual, the whole spiel. As usual, check out Ginja's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Ginja_gaming. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications. I would say episodes usually come out on Tuesday evenings, but with how irregular we've been in the past weeks, who fucking knows? I don't know.
We should be alright to record this coming Tuesday, if you're good with that, because I'm free.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
But
yeah, we are getting back into after we had all these issues.
Yeah.
We are good, as we said. So yeah, maybe we'll be recording next week. Who knows? Hopefully, yes. There we go. But yeah, as I said, do all the good stuff, meaning like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. And we're also on Spotify and other platforms. I don't know. I don't take care of that stuff.
We were told what the different ones were. That I think we're on pretty much anything that does podcasts now.
Not on Apple Podcasts.
Okay, not on Apple.
That's where I listen to my podcast.
Oh, okay.
We're not on that one. Amazing. But we are on Spotify.
Okay, we're on Spotify.
We are on Spotify. I can confirm that we are on Spotify.
Yes, I have seen.
So yeah, we are on a decent platform now. So listen to us on Spotify. Amazing. That's the end of this week. See you all next week, guys. Bye.